Hello there everybody and welcome back to another Terraria Modding video. In this episode we're going to be creating 3 different weapons. A yo-yo, a spear and a javelin. So each one of these is special in their own, well, in one way. They all utilise projectiles. So it may not seem like the yo-yo or spear do. They in fact require projectiles in order to work. So what we're going to be starting out with is creating the yo-yo. So go into your items, weapons folder and create a new class, and we're going to call this tutorial yo-yo. So you want to start by adding in the usual, using Terraria, using Terraria.modLoader, using Terraria.id. But public at the start. Why am I putting tutorial? I was meant to put mod item. Like with other items, you want to override the defaults, and you want to start with item.name equals tutorial yo-yo. Item.useStyle equals 5. The style used for yo-yos. Item.width, nice spelling, equals 24. Item.height equals 24. Item.noUseGraphic equals true. No use graphic is where you will not see the item in the hand. Instead is thrown. In the case of a yo-yo, you don't see the yo-yo in the hand, it flies off screen or on the screen somewhere. Doesn't show item in the hand. Item.melee equals true. Yo-yos are a melee item. Item.no melee equals true. So while yo-yos are a melee item, by you moving your arm, it's also not melee. Basically, no melee means you will not be damaging enemies with your hand. Item.channel equals true. I cannot tell you what this does because I have completely forgotten, so I will write a note after this so you know. Item.useSound, use sound equals sound id dot item1, and that should be a capital U. Okay, item.use animation equals 25. Oops, I keep doing that. Item.use time equals 25. Then you want to do item.shoot equals mod.projectile type. Then in here we're going to be typing tutorial yo-yo. Projectiles.tutorial yo-yo. So that will be what the projectile that is used with this weapon. Item dot shoot speed equals 16f. How fast the projectile is shot. Item.knockback equals 2.5f. item.damage equals 9. Item.value equals 1000 will do. Item.rare, oops, I put a comma in there. Item.rare equals 0. Let's quickly add the recipe. Public override add recipes. Mod recipe r equals new mod recipe mod add ingredient null tutorial bar 3. I believe 3 is a good number. I think it might actually be more, but I'm going to keep it as 3. Add tile id anvils r.set result this r.add recipe. Okay, so now you'll see that we have this error here. That's because we now need to create the projectile. So create a new folder called Projectiles, which I have already done, and go add class tutorial YoYo. In here you're going to want to do the using Terraria tModLoader using Terraria.id public class YoYo, and this takes our mod projectile. Okay, so in mod projectile, in tutorial projectile, I mean, we are going to be, like with items, overriding the defaults. So public override set defaults, get rid of that. Projectile.name equals projectile tutorial YoYo. Projectile.width equals 16. Projectile.height equals 16. Projectile.ai style equals 99. All YoYos use the style 99. Projectile.friendly equals true. Doesn't harm NPCs. Projectile.penetrate equals -1. -1 equals will not go through enemy, I think. Projectile.melee equals true. The projectile is a melee projectile. Projectile.scale equals 1f. The scale of the projectile 2f is double sized. 0.5f is half size. Projectile ID .sets .yoyo lifetime multiplier projectile .type equals 3.5f. Now what this does is is how long in seconds the YoYo will stay out before automatically returning. So for example, the wooden YoYo is 3 and the chick is 16f. We'll keep this at 3.5. Projectile ID .sets YoYo's maximum range projectile .type equals, and this takes in a float as well. This is how far the YoYo can go before it is stopped. So 300 is quite far. The Terrarian does 400 while the wood does 130. Projectile ID.sets.yoyo top speed. This also takes in projectile.type equals 13f. So shoot speed is different than top speed. This is the top speed the yo-yo projectile can go. 9f is how fast wood goes. 17.5f is how fast the Terrarian goes. So now that's everything you need. If you want to add dust particles, we'll be doing that in a different episode. So let's move on to something else. I will be right back while I sort everything out. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're back. I realised I forgot to do something, and that was the items. So I've already done it from the previous attempt at doing this tutorial. You need a yo-yo for the actual item that is displayed in the toolbar, and you also need a projectile version, which is this one. If we jump over to here and go to weapons and hope this loads a tiny bit quicker. We jump to, I believe it counts as a ranged weapon on this. No. Here it is. If you click on something like, I think I chose the archery for this. Yeah, I did. It's item 3280. Then here, item 3280, and around this area is where all the yo-yos are. As for the projectile ID is different, and I don't believe it actually says on here what the projectile ID is. So if we just go back over to here, type in projectile, if you scroll through, you will eventually find a yo-yo. Here they are. So the one I have is here, projectile 543. So we're going to edit those now. That's in documents, mod development, Terraria mods, tutorial mod. We'll open items first, weapons, tutorial yo-yo, and we will change it to -50, 20, minus. Let's just do 10. Save, and we'll do the same thing for the projectile. So let's go into game and see how this looks. I'll be right back until the game has loaded. Okay, so we're in Terraria now, and I want to just force enchanted sundial quickly. If we go into the item browser, mod tutorial yo-yo, you may see I already have one in my inventory because I was testing it out. As you can see, the yo-yo works quite well, and it returns after a while. And of course, it's a bit laggy because I have no idea why my computer's being an idiot, but we can create it an anvil. We create as many as we want, but for some reason it hasn't updated the texture like I wanted, even though I saved. So hopefully your version has worked, because mine didn't. Anyway, Let's save and exit, and we will now go on to the next class. The next one we're going to be creating is a spear. So open your items, weapons, and add a class called Tutorials. Here. Once more, using Terraria, using Terraria ModLoader, using Terraria.id. Once more, public class mod item, public override set defaults, then enter the usual stuff, name equals tutorial spear, item dot damage equals, will make the spear a lot better than the yo-yo, 40, item dot use style is also 5, item dot use animation is fairly quick, while the use time is longer. The shoot speed is for a spear 3.75 f. Item dot knockback equals 6.5 f. Item dot width equals 32. Item dot height equals 32. Item dot scale equals 1f, the scale of the item. Item dot rare equals 0. Item dot use sound equals sound ID dot item 1. Item dot value equals 1000. Item dot melee equals true. Item dot auto reuse equals true. We'll auto reuse the item. Then you want to add item dot no melee, like you did with the yo-yo. Also, you want to do the same thing with item dot no use graphic, same reason as the yo-yo, even though it looks like it's in the hand, whereas it actually isn't. And item dot shoot equals mod dot projectile type projectiles dot tutorial spear, and we'll be sorting that out in a minute. Now there's another class you need to do for a spear, and that is public override can use item return player dot owned projectile counts item dot shoot is less than 1. Only one spear can be on screen at a time. This makes sure that only one projectile is used. So now let's jump over to the projectile. We'll create a new class called tutorial spear, and in here, like with the yo-yo, using Terraria.modLoader, using Terraria.d. Public class tutorial takes on mod projectile. So now what goes in here, I need to just check quickly. Yep. Public override set defaults. Projectile.name equals projectile tutorial spear. Projectile.width equals 18. Projectile.height equals 18. Projectile.ai style 19. Spears use this AI style. I probably didn't explain what AI style does. AI style is how the projectile acts. So in the case of YoYo 99, it follows the cursor and hits enemies that way. Whereas 19 spears, it has it jolt out of the player and back in, if that makes sense. Projectile.friendly equals true. Projectile.penetrate equals -1. Oops, I've done that again. Projectile.tile collide equals false. Does the projectile stop if it has collided with a tile? This would be true if it was sank like an arrow. Projectile.scale equals 1.3f. Scale of the projectile. .hide equals true. I'm not 100% sure what that does. Owner hit check is next. Projectile.melee and projectile.alpha equals alpha value of the projectile. Now, there's a few things that we can do here. So if you want to change how fast the spear goes, you want to type in the following to make sure it works. Movement factor, git return projectile.ai, and that is 0. Set projectile.ai 0 equals value. Then we want to do another override method, public override AI. Now this is going to be a long bit of code, so hopefully you'll be able to understand. So I want to create a projectile owner equals main.player projectile.owner. A vector2, so we need to actually add in using Microsoft.xna.framework and using Microsoft.xna.framework.graphics. So type in vector2 owner mounted center, I'll use the American spelling, equals proj owner dot rotated relative point, proj owner dot mounted center, comma true. Then you want to get the direction for the projectile. Projectile.direction equals proj owner.direction sorry, let me do that again. Proj owner.held projectile or held proj equals projectile.who am I. Proj owner dot item time equals proj owner dot item animation. Projectile dot position dot x equals owner mounted center dot x minus float projectile dot width divided by 2 and projectile.position.y equals owner owner mounted dot y minus float projectile dot height divided by 2, and that will handle the position of the projectile. Now we want to make sure that we cannot use the projectile if we are frozen, so if projectile.frozen if movement factor equals 0f, and I called that fact instead of factor, that's my bad. I didn't mean to put that at the end. Movement factor equals 3f. Projectile.net update equals true. If owner.item animation is less than owner.item animation max divided by 3, movement factor minus equals 2.4f, else movement factor plus equals 2.4f. Okay, now we want to change the projectile position. So below, type in projectile dot position plus equals projectile dot velocity times movement factor. Then we want to kill the projectile if item animation equals 0. So to do that, just type in projectile dot kill, and that is it. So let's get the stuff we need for the projectile. So let's type in spear, get the default spear 280. So item underscore 280, copy, paste, tutorial spear, and projectile. We want to find the spear, matches it. I believe that might be it. So I also might be wrong. It looks like it should be it. Copy that over to here. Rename this to tutorial spear. Did I name the other one? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's open those and let's modify the colors for that. Change that to purple. Save. Let's open this one here. Ctrl-Alt-U. Save. Now let's open up and test to see if everything is working. So I will be right back. Okay, so we are back in Terraria, and once more everything's acting weird. What is this guy doing over here? Anyway, let's actually remove stuff from my inventory. Have one of those, do that, keep everything else. Okay, let's open up item browser and type in spear. As you can see, we now have our tutorial spear here. And as you can see, spear works. Let's find an enemy. Well, let's hope we can find an enemy. Or let's get a slime. Okay, as you can see, there's our slime. and the projectile hit it. Okay. So now we have one more class that we want to do.